Throughout my life so far, I've seen a lot of people talk about beauty. I've heard enough definitions of the word to fill a phone book twice over, and yet, for long enough, I couldn't truly define it. And I don't think that's just me. I think in this modern day and age, most people can't find that one true definition. It seems to have been lost over the years, faded away through generations infested with stigmatization and hatred. We're now at the stage where generations of young people feel the need to have to conform to a certain look or style just in order to fit in. They feel that by doing that, they can be classed as beautiful. But that's not what beauty is about. People put judgments of others above everything else, and spend their lives living by other people's words, sacrificing the freedom that they deserve just to be called beautiful. But that's not what beauty is about. People punish themselves if they feel they fail to meet the insanely high expectations that have been put forward to them. They take the pain and frustration out on themselves because they see themselves as a failure and not as something beautiful. But that's not what beauty is about. The truth is, the very definition of beauty is nothing to do with fitting in. It's nothing to do with looking a certain way or meeting the expectations of others. The truth is, we are all beautiful. Every single person in this hate-filled world is beautiful no matter how they look or what they do. We all have beauty. But if we choose to deny it, or deny the beauty of others, then we are simply lost. Teenage girls of the 21st century spend their nights crying in the mirror because they aren't as super skinny as the models in their glamour magazines. They have this yearning to be like those people, just so that they can walk into the classroom and not feel paranoid about the people around them judging their every move and appearance. And in this fight to fit in, they feel alone. But that's not what beauty is about. The world of tomorrow that I want to see is so beautiful I can't even think about it without smiling. Let's take that schoolgirl for example. If we bring beauty back and show people the true definition, then the next time that girl walks into her classroom, she'll have a spring in her step and a smile on her face. Rather than thinking about the people around her judging how she looks, she'll be getting excited about asking that hot guy to the end of year prom. Instead of giving her arms new scars and hiding them from the world, she'll be doodling flowers and love hearts and showing them to all her friends. She is beautiful, and the world will see that. And all those other kids who normally would be staring at her, criticizing her looks and how she lives her life, instead of saying, "Hey freak," they'll be saying, "Hey beautiful." But beauty is not only lost in the classroom. Take this for example. A middle-aged man gets off the bus in the town centre and he's afraid. He suffers from a mental illness and from massive anxiety attacks. He's in an environment full of judging eyes, where he feels totally isolated, and this petrifies him. He can see out of the corner of his eye that people are laughing at him simply because his clothes look a little tattered. He hears them call him names, and it feels like they're sticking a dagger right through his heart. And as he looks up at the signs for the next buses, he sees two options. Should he take the first bus that would take him to hospital to seek out help and find recovery? Or should he take the second bus that would take him home via the hardware store, where he can stop off to buy a length of rope so that he can end the horrible existence he lives through every day? Now, if we can bring beauty back, if we can re-educate people about its definition and about the flaws of stigmatization, that second bus would never seem like such an appealing choice. Instead, they could take that bus home and stop off at the hardware store to pick up some DIY tools to decorate the room for the baby girl him and his wife are now expecting. I'm not saying that we can cure these people of their illnesses. No matter what happens in the world, people will always suffer. But what we can do is put an end to the evil that is stigmatization. It's not up to government officials or other people of power to make the difference. It's in all of us. The little people. The people who make up the communities that are stricken by all this hatred. We are the ones who can make the change. And every single one of us has the ability to do it. So you might be asking yourself, what can I do? The next time you're in class and you see that girl sat at the back by herself, trying to hide the tears of agony she gets from being bullied, go over to her, look her in the eye and remind her that she is beautiful. Tell her that she will have an amazing life and nothing or no one can ever stop her from being a beautiful person. The next time you see someone trying to hide the scars on their arms, tell them that you're there for them. Offer your support, even if it's just a hand to hold or a pair of ears to listen with. Show them that they are not alone, because in the end, that is what beauty is about. Beauty is not about the things that you see or the things that you judge. It's about who you are and the things you do to help the people around you. Even if you live your life to the very end and feel like that you've achieved nothing academically or anything like that. If you've lived a good life, looked after the people around you and been a good person, then with your last breath you can smile and say to yourself, I am a beautiful person and I have had a beautiful life. This group, Beauty is Different, was put together by two beautiful people who recognised that there is beauty in this world, but it is lost in the endless sea that is stigmatization and hatred. And in a short space of time, that member count has gone from 2 to over 600. Over 600 people who have been enlightened by the fact that we need to bring beauty back. So I put this forward to all 600 of you and anyone else who is watching. From this day forward, I want each and every one of you to make it your job to find at least one person every single day and remind them of their beauty. Give them the support that they need. Be that helping hand or shoulder to cry on. Do whatever you can to prove to them that although they are fighting a difficult battle, that they are not fighting alone. Be their wingman, their friend, their saviour. Whatever you want to call it, just be beautiful.